Steve and I were heading to fish a small creek for our first guided trip ever. We really didn't know what this day would hold for us. Folks, we are fishing Crab Creek today with guide GL Britton and his daughter Tasha. And of course, Steve's with us again, and Dave's behind the camera right there.
Here I am and I'm ready to rock. I got my hip waders on, but I ain't got no socks. Got some flies and some lures in my tackle box. Yeah, I'll fish anywhere, even over the docks. So get your fish on. Come on, come on. I got a fish on. So won't you go on a fish with me? Wow. Don't you know it'll set you free? We're gonna catch some big fishies. So come on and fish with me. Yeah, come on and fish with me.
We do almost exclusively nymphing, a little bit of streamers. The fish really don't react kindly to hard indicators. The foam or the cork, it makes a lot more of a splat, and they don't impede, the cork and the foam don't impede your cast velocity much, so it tends to, not only do they splat more, but they don't slow your cast down, so they splat even more when they hit. And by going with the oversized yarn indicators, we get a situation where not only is it functioning almost like an air brake when you're casting, which is what we all struggle with the foam or the large yarn indicators, because they are wind resistant, but they really slow that cast down, and when they hit without any kind of a splash or splat. One thing for everybody to remember when they're out on Crab Creek is how much we have changed it, and how even though crab now still produces wonderful trout fishing, that to think of what it could produce if we could get it back to what it was naturally with its community of red osier dogwood and water birch along the edge with the hawthorns up high and choke cherries in the margin in between. In all likelihood, we wouldn't have been able to fly fish this historically. It just would have been way too brushed in.
Yeah, it's nice to know the water. I mean, have you here to know what's typical. Yeah, he just whammed down that indicator. That was sweet.
Steve was the first to hook into a large rainbow.
Yeah. I tell you, it's amazing. Small creek, but big fish. Sweet.
Yeah, water depth about 45. So
oh, yes. Big fish. Sweet. Oh, yes. All right. Oh, yeah.
GL slipped it gently into the water. Wonderful
Yes.
fish.
Thank you, GL. That was awesome. Okay. All right, first fish of the day. Woo. Sweet. Now it's your turn, lad.
yeah.
You were on the indicator too. That's sometimes when you go 45 minutes and nothing happens, it's hard.
Oh yeah, I was surprised I was watching at that time. You know, I mean, it's hard to
That
stay
we
focused.
do that really got started down here, but applies virtually anywhere that you're nymphing, is we tie our nymphs with tungsten beads, and we put them on a scud hook, which gives us a very big gap per size of the fly. So we end up with better hookups. If you're around small fish, it's not that big a deal, but when you're fishing primarily for stuff that's over 15 inches, a lot of times you're playing them long enough, if you've got a little size 16 hook gap, it'll cut out or tear out by the time you're ready to land them.
GL took his turn at the rod and immediately hooked up.
Look at that. Awesome. Oh my God.
I've got them trained. Oh, so he spooked another fish right there. Did you see that second boil? That was cool. That's a good one.
Gorgeous fish. Just see him come out of the water.
Well, these clouds make those pinks, the iridescent colors just stand out. Yeah, it's nice to be able to use this 3X tippet.
Yeah,
Beauty.
Oh.
Well, look how thick, not belly depth, but look how thick through the shoulders. Oh, look how fat she is.
Oh my
Go home.
gosh.
Oh, baby.
Ah. Okay.
It's kind of like
awesome.
fishing pressure, Ladin. It's your
Yeah.
Oh my, what a fish. Well, at least I got a reel in your slack.
Yeah, well.
And GL, could you give that hawthorn tip you just gave me with the branches?
One of the things that you want to bear in mind.
GL walked toward the gnarled hawthorn tree and broke off a thorny branch.
Hawthorns shed their limbs.
And so just on a warm day when you want a shady spot to sit down, you'll only do it once before you remember. You're worried about a lot more than just your waders.
No, I'm surprised you told us that instead of waiting for a reaction when you actually did it. I bet you get.
Set that up.
Yeah. Okay. Holy smokes, that's a big fish. Holy smokes. There he goes.
I could tell by its raw power that this was a trophy fish.
There he goes.
Wow.
Another thing, look at these crab fish as well. Oh, that is a
Holy smokes. It's huge. Woo. I tell you what.
when you fish in steelhead in small water with structure.
Uh-huh. Holy smokes! Oh! Oh! Oh!
That's okay, you'll get another one.
Maybe Tasha was right,
Oh, that was such a nice trout.
but I had never had a rainbow like this on in my entire life.
Steelhead out there.
Ah! Oh!
Steve set the hook into something Goliath, and it immediately headed downstream.
Holy smokes, it's screaming.
Looked a little golden when I saw it the first time. Wow. Man, this thing, that was just screaming out line.
Tell you, what kind of fly is that it's on?
Oh, it doesn't even have a name. It's a shiner pattern we do for
It's
it.
cool looking. Oh yeah, that. Yeah, and that's a big fish, and it does look like a carp. And holy cow! Look at that thing. Oh, that is a big carp.
It's huge.
Holy! Are you gonna be able to hold that thing? Oh my goodness, that thing is huge. Wow. Holy smokes. What do you say? What do you think? Pounds on that thing?
Oh, this is a 10 pound.
10 pound?
As Steve and GL were admiring this mammoth carp, I saw my opportunity to steal Steve's hot fishing
Kill those
spot.
things, but that was a fun fight. All right. Hey, that's my fishing spot.
That's okay.
What's your favorite part about fishing Crab Creek? What do you like the best?
Solitude. Pure and simple. You could take 90% of the fish away and cut the size of what's left by half, and I'd still love being out here just because there's not a lot of people around. Yeah. And it's a neat time of year to be in the desert, the spring. That's when it's at its most alive.
Yeah, blooming
And
flowers.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah, yo, stick. But boy, what a nice feeling stick.
This particular hole was a rather tight casting spot.
Darn it. Think we spooked them or?
But this gave me the opportunity to demonstrate the finely tuned casting skills of a fishing show host.
Okay. Oops. Dang it. Real funny filming this, buddy.
Yeah, go ahead and come out.
Okay.
I wonder if GL was impressed.
Wow, what a gorgeous place this is. Woo.
And they'll hit in the plume of water and actually hold for a second and a half before
Wow.
it blows them back down.
Oh, that'd be awesome to see.
But yeah, for trout, this functions as a total barrier. They can't get over it.
Ah, yeah.
Following GL's advice, I cast my fly just inches from the bank.
Okay. Yeah! Oh my! You see that? Oh my gosh! Oh. Oh jeez. That is a, yeah, I'll say it's wild! Oh! You see that? Oh my gosh! I don't think I've ever had a rainbow jump so much. Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh. Woo! Oh, it's beautiful. GL, where do you want me to lead this guy?
I'll drop right off the edge.
Okay.
Go ahead, stay. Don't go any further up.
Okay, I won't.
This is a wild fish.
Dave, come over here and look at this.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You tell that red stripe. I'll go down and I'll hold him up for you.
Oh,
Okay,
beautiful.
We can't go anywhere that direction.
Okay. Holy smokes.
Man, that thing flew out.
Did you? Yeah, about 4 times. Yeah, watch your face in case this fly comes out. It's kind of a hard one to hold there.
Nice.
That was great. Can you make it out of here, GL?
Yep.
All right.
Okay, a couple more caps.
Hey, I tell you what.
Hey, before you were even setting the hook, he was skipping out of the water.
Oh man, I mean, and he rocketed out of the water 4 times, and it must have been, it looked like 3 feet in the air.
I was down on the water and it did. It looked like he was 3 feet out of the water, just flying.
Again, thank you, sir. That was great.
This part of Crab
All right.
Creek, as well as all of Crab Creek, has a lot of Native American history. They would, on their northern and southern migrations, rather than follow the Columbia, which has a big west and then south dogleg, Crab Creek cuts the diagonal off of that. So they would migrate through this in the fall going south and then back up this again in late March, early April. And the large suckers that were in Crab Creek then were spring spawners, and they would come up here and camp and spear suckers off the ledges by the waterfall for fresh food. And the landowner has told us that he remembers when he was a little child about how there'd be 8, 10, 12 teepees sometimes down here at a time in the spring, which is pretty cool to think that what they were doing is really not that far off from what we're doing here today.
Tasha, what do you like about fishing with your dad?
It's exciting.
Now I notice your dad makes you carry his backpack wherever you go. What's the deal with that?
He
Mule.
carries the rods and I carry the backpack.
All right, that sounds good.
It's called vertical nymphing, where from your indicator to the fly, you're fishing a heavier bug and you're fishing all tippet past here rather than a tapered section. And what that gives you is you know exactly what depth you're at.
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Nice fish. Okay.
In some of our pools, you've got a very shallow 5-inch deep riffle dropping into 3 feet deep water. Now, with light nymphs, it's very hard to get them to fall right down the face of that. So by fishing the big indicator and heavy flies, we can get those to just drop right down along those edges.
Beauty.
Good job. Yeah. Oh, it's huge. Yep. Could be the biggest one of the day. Yeah, it's a weighty fish.
Oh, that's a wild fish.
Oh, it's wild. Oh, man, it's beautiful. Yeah. Oh, I hope we get this guy in. A beautiful, wild Crab Creek rainbow. Gorgeous red side. Oh, holy smokes, it's gorgeous. Doesn't want to come in though. Oh, I don't think I've caught a rainbow this nice, maybe ever. Boy, folks, if you ever get a chance to come to Crab Creek and fish this area, believe me, you gotta have GL here show you the way. My gosh. Oh, beautiful fish. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Oh, please don't go over there. Come right. to GL. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, it does, man.
Yeah.
Nice fish.
Oh, thank you. Folks, that was just incredible. Right away, I knew this was a special fish. And it was fantastic. It was a beautiful wild Crab Creek rainbow. Cameraman Dave, how you doing?
Cameraman Dave, good. I'm not buying the camera anymore.
Yeah, we decided to let Cameraman Dave have a chance to catch the fish.
Catching a fish.
So we'll see what can happen.
All right.
You're good. You're good. Real. This is the biggest fish of the day.
Oh.
No, I don't deserve this. Oh, he's coming this way. I'm not worthy of this. He's pulling. This can't be the biggest. It can't be bigger than those carp.
This is gonna be huge, Dave. Don't mess this up.
Don't say that.
Okay. Don't mess this up. You gotta have this fish. Huge. Maybe it isn't. Oh, it's huge.
No, it's not.
It's not huge.
Okay, well.
It's a good fish. God, it was strong there when it ate.
Oh, it's beautiful. See, your definition, GL, is huge.
No, these are average for here.
Average. Wow.
So what's an average day here on Crab Creek?
This is slow.
This is slow, okay.
Especially considering you're fishing.
We're having a
Holy.
He says no.
Yeah, let him go. Let
He's
him
a pro.
go. No way. What we're paying this guy.
Yeah. This is so much fun. I am never being a camera guy again.
You better be.
The end
Holy
of your fly
smokes.
line, you don't want to let the end of the fly line come in the guides because there's a knot there. And if he then turns to run, it'll jam up.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a wild hen that didn't spawn this year, so she won't show all the color, but her fins will be all big and perfect.
All right. Nope.
Not yet. Wow.
She wants out of here.
Oh, cool.
Wow. Thank you. I appreciate
no,
that.
not a problem. This job isn't so bad. Is it, Dave?
What job?
Yeah. Oh, my. When we first arrived, we didn't know what this day would hold for us, but we left with pleasant memories of a guide and his daughter who were willing to share their knowledge of this small but wonderful creek.
Great day of fishing.
Yeah, we sure appreciate this, GL. This is one of the best days we've had in a long time. That's awesome. Thank you.